Robin Hood Way comes after Cunjure Park on the road opposite, crosses the A614 down there. Having left the A614 and now on the piece of Robin Hood Way that goes to Elksley, and then I will go down to Walesby and pick up the bus. I started the walk this morning near Walesby. It is almost a circular, complete circular walk today. And I've done it in two halves the wrong way round for convenience of transport. So I took the bus from Mansfield to Walesby, picked up the Robin Hood Way there, gone from Walesby to the A614 by a long diversion. It was about an hour because Cunjure Alders area was flooded, and now I'm doing the first bit. When you watch it, of course, it will be the right way round. It's a bit tricky to give you timings today. It's now just 1 o'clock. I started about 10:15, but you'll be seeing that bit later on. Across track and still going in an easterly direction. I'll use the same power lines as where I started. And the second set of power lines into the wood. And out of the wood the path goes. Straight on down the track, I suppose, through the gap. The way now joins the tarmac track, Bottomshore number 3 collecting station for petrol. I'm coming to another junction of the track, and I think this is where the Robin Hood Way turns off to the left. Across the field, still following these minor power lines, and I think it's straight on. It's straight on, the sign on the post. I haven't seen a sign, but the map seemed to indicate it's going this way. Seem to have a big lake here. Two big lakes. And the bridge. Oh, this is supposed to be the ford, I think, Robin Hood Way there. Quite a deep ford. The river going off down there. Coming from Cunjure Park. And another lake here. A lot of noise off to the right, I don't know what it is. The way now joins Tarmac Road. Oh, that's a depot. I couldn't see any signs when I came up from there, but looking at the guidebook, it says about 150 yards beyond the ford, which is here, you turn right along a metal road, which is probably this. Going up a small hill. We're now at the side of a big fence. Look like holiday cottages on the edge of Sherwood Forest. Odd-shaped tree. That's a long track, this one. Entrance to the caravan site. I think this is the outskirts of Oakley now. Coming out of the sign, Longwood Lane. It's directing us this way. Is it across the fields? I don't know. I'm going to try down here. I think it must be this way. And then beyond the houses we take a footpath to the right. This is certainly curving in the way the map seems to show. At the end of the houses take a footpath to the right. Well, I'm not seeing that. There's some signs here. I wonder if... yes. There's a sign on the board, on the post, down this track. That's good. Whew. don't want to have to go back all that way. So down here, hope we're not flooded. And over the bridge. Over the bridge. There's somebody in the water. Oh, I hope that wasn't a flood. No, the path is here. The route description said at a Y junction, take the left and straight ahead. And you come to a T junction and it said go left. Thankfully the guidebook tells me about the T junctions. At that one it was a left turn, and at the next one, a few moments ahead, it's a right turn, which will be here. Oxley Wood. Coming out from the trees. Past a house. And the sign tells us on this track. At the top of a slight incline, looking back, that's the way the track's going, and the track meets a road, and from the map it probably goes straight across. Does it go through this gate and straight with the sign conveniently hidden. And round the farm. At the end of the farm buildings, that's a left turn down the track to the road and across. And so to the road, Cotton Park House Farm, across the road. We now come to the railway bridge. We go under the railway bridge. no signs for a long time. The track turns left, and then when it meets the hedge it's a right turn. Well, we don't meet the hedge, but we meet the edge of the next field, and this is where the right turn is. We're just checking that it does turn there. It's all right. Now let's have a nip between these. And it's a right turn here, and the Robin Hood Way continues by turning right just before these pylons. Now what's that? As I was saying, the Robin Hood Way turns right at these pylons down this track on the left hand side of the field. Still on the same track, going in the same direction to the corner of the field and the houses and the road. And a little bit further along, it's still not quite at the end, quite a big field. Nearly at the end now. This is the end. out onto the road. A quiet corner of Walesby. We've nearly reached the turn off to the left. A bit further on with those pylons again. This is where the track turns. Down the narrow track between the hedges. Opened up a bit on the left, but still narrow. A wider track now, edge of the wood, open fields on the right. A sign there that pushes us out over the bridge. An old railway bridge. And on the track goes. Some chickens. Approaching the end of that section, the sign here tells us to turn half right into the wood. I think we're getting towards the section called Cunjure Alders. When I last did it, it was a bit flooded, and we got a left turn. Along a very nice woodland track. Cross tracks, and as I expected, it's a right turn. On the right hand side we've got a lot of pigs' homes. And that's the track we're going along. Still going the same direction, generally north. Approximately parallel to the A614. curving round to the right and then back to the left, so it's a good job there's a sign telling us what's what. The track now turns to the right, or does it go straight on? The cyclists tell me that this bit is underwater, so let's go and have a look at that before I turn back. And there's the sign, this is the right way. When I led my one and only LDWA walk, it was also underwater down here. There it is. I don't think we can do anything about that. Certainly not going through that. So, and even over this wider part, the path itself is still underwater further on. So a diversion is necessary. I'll go back and round and see what I can do from the other side. What I've had to do is come back to where the cyclists were. They've just gone, and go along this track, which will go along the side of the river, and then back along the road and down to the other side of the floods. I'll document this because, as I say, last time I came, Cunjure Alders was underwater, but nowhere near as deep as that. They need to put some boards under or something since it's a long distance trail. Obviously still on the diversion route. Obviously there's no Robin Hood Way signs this way. There is a track to the left, and that's the general direction I want to go. Let's see what happens down here. I just met the cyclists again, and they say this track is no help, it just loops back to where we were. And there it goes. So it's reverse, and then as I was coming down there was a right turn, so from this direction a bit left turn. This is the junction of the tracks, and this way I thought it was coming to some open ground, but it's veered off through the wood again. After some instructions from a runner, then I'm along here, coming to a junction of tracks down here. And the footpath sign tells us to turn right. And then left. Out into the open air with a very green pond. After that open area we're back into another wood. So far so good. It is an official footpath. The swings to the right, which is not the direction I want to go. The village, Botham Shaw, is behind me now, and I want to go near there. It now turns left into the wood and hopefully makes its way generally back. Into an open area between the woods and into the next wood. coming out into the open here. Directing us across the field. And studying the map, I can't see anything better. Oh, that's the wrong way. The map shows it going along the edge of the wood, and then we cross a railway track to the road. And the trouble with footpaths that aren't part of major trails like the Robin Hood Way is that they don't get walked so much, and therefore get more overgrown and more difficult to walk as time goes on. This is disappearing. I can hear the road somewhere in front, so I feel we're on the right one for this long diversion. Probably going to add about an hour. The road is just the other side of this hedge. I haven't seen any signs of a railway track. Glad it's an official path because it means there's a gate to get out of the field. Here's the road. Through the gate, down the road at the corner. Having had a glance at the map, I see I'm further on than I thought. Right at the corner, and it looks as if another path goes off to the left. I don't need to go into the village, although I do see that this path does enter the village. This isn't the path. The path is indicated by a sign about 30 yards further on. There's the footpath sign. So in the absence of anything better, it's going to be down here through this gate. To some steps I can see straight ahead. I like to stick to the official paths. This looks as if it's someone's front garden. The steps are over a river, which luckily isn't in flood. And across the bridge. Not quite sure how safe the bridge was. One or two, well, one plank missing, one looking a bit worse for wear. A clear path across the field. This is the end of that field. Do we have another bridge? Yes, a little bridge, and then another much shorter field. And across that field, and across a bigger bridge, across a bigger river. And across this field we come out on a road. The end of that field, the gate's securely bolted, and there's a way around the gate. A handy seat opposite. I think I'll stop there and have my apple. That's the apple eaten, and if we can get a bit of quiet from the road, which it doesn't look as we will, we can concentrate on the sign, which is there. And that's the way I'm going to walk into the village, left along the more main road, and then left again on the other end of the Robin Hood Way. We've got a bus stop. Don't know what service it is. Have a look at the timetable. Buses on demand. Well, that's not much use. I noticed the village notice board and these rather nice posts, but here we've got water trough, Lord of Bottom Shore, Botham Saw, 1992 to 97, and the notice board. Crossed over to the other side of the road now. We're going to go past the church. 11:45 on the village church clock. Another of those bus stops for the service on demand. Going through the centre of the village now. With the village phone box, which seems to have a defib in, as most of them do. There is the village hall. Always welcome group of sunflowers. Crossing the road again because the pavement disappears on that side. This is where another footpath comes in, but I'm not going down on that one. The footpath now ends, and we'll take our chance on this hill. Up the hill and coming out the other side, Main Street. We have the same sort of sign as the other side, and exiting the village. And another seat on this side of the village. That is where the diversion is taking me, right along there. Eventually this road comes to a junction with the road directly to Clumber Park. We're half a mile out of Bottom Shore on the road to Thoresby and Morsop. So it's about as far again, and we get the Robin Hood Way crossing this road. So we go to the left to pick it up from where we left it at Cunjure Alders. On the final stretch of road now, I haven't yet seen the sign for the Robin Hood Way crossing this road, but it can't be too long. Just come over the brow of the hill there, and there's the sign for the Robin Hood Way. What I intend to do is go down to Cunjure Alders, where I met the flood, and walk back on the route I should have taken about an hour ago now. This is the crossroads of tracks on the road. This is where I leave the road. It was much too busy. Cars coming in groups of 3 or 4. That's where I'll be back in a few minutes, I hope. This is where the Robin Hood Way comes out. So at the moment I'm going the wrong way towards Nottingham now on the Robin Hood Way. Going this way, it's a sharp left and then a right. This is the right. The path neatly cut for us. And the floods will be somewhere in where that wood is further on. Flooding already is the start of things. I think we're nearly as far on the way as I can be around a couple of corners here, and we shall see. So far so good. We've got the 2 rivers, the Needham and the Mourne, and that's the bit that I thought would be flooded. And here it is. So that's as far as I can go. Looks as if it joins up with the other side. So I'm now going to go back. Imagine we've done that little bit, it's only a few yards, and follow the Robin Hood Way proper again. It's a left turn. There's the Robin Hood Way sign over the river. And over the second river. And out into the open countryside. A right turn at the end of that little bit. And what should have taken about an hour is taking 2 hours. The floods on this area come out as far as here. The route now does a sharp left and then to the right. Now to the right and up to the road that I use for the diversion. The route meets the main road to Botham. Across it we get onto the stretch that gets closer and closer to the A614 before eventually going along the verge, and then it crosses over to go through the woods. Side of this field now. We'll try again there. The side of the field, but the wrong field on the wrong side. So this side of the hedge. Getting ever closer to the A614. Into the edge of the wood. And then out again onto the edge of the field. Possible to hear the A614 traffic now. A614 now is just the other side of this slim group of trees, and here the traffic perhaps see it. This eventually meets it and then goes along the verge for a while. The track swings into the avenue of trees Out the side of the main road. Post on the floor. And there we are, we're at the side of the A614. Doncaster and Ranby, A614 leading to the A1. Then it finally does become the verge of the A614 with a lay-by and traffic lights that are not used very frequently because it's for pedestrians. In a moment, this is where I will terminate this section of the walk for today. It carries on over the A614 through the forests. Coming up to the crossing. Come up Columba Lake to Sherwood Forest 7, Alton 4.5. This is where the Rubberton Way crosses